Hi guys, thanks for joining me for this week's weekly reflection. So last week we had a look at St. Paul's letter to the Romans, specifically Romans 12:12. If you haven't seen that already, then check that out. And this week I thought we'd just go one line further in St. Paul's letter to the Romans, because I think it gives us another thing to do, and another thing that's really important that we do, particularly at this moment in time. So St. Paul's letter to the Romans, chapter 12, verse 13, it says, "Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality." Now, obviously, as we know at the moment, it's really difficult to practice hospitality. We can't go welcoming people into our houses as much as we would like to, or at all at the moment. But I think the first part of that scripture is all about how we care for people. And even in difficult times such as now, there are still millions of ways that we can do that. Even if it's just reaching out to someone or letting someone know that we're there if we need them. Showing care is a really fundamental part of our faith. It's a fundamental part of being a human. And it's a fundamental thing that we all need to continue to practice, regardless of what's going on in our lives or the challenges that we're facing. The week just gone, we remembered Holocaust Memorial Day, a time when we remember and reflect on the atrocities in the 1930s and 40s, and the huge loss of life and the immense suffering that people had to go through. And we really pray that things like that never ever happen again. And those times were incredibly dark for a huge number of people. And yet even through that incredible darkness, even through those moments when it seems like there is no hope, there are still incredible examples of kindness and particular caring. There are a great number of saints and blesseds who unfortunately had to suffer the trials and challenges of the concentration camps. You probably have heard of St. Maximilian Kolbe, and maybe you'll have heard of Edith Stein, or a guy who I was reading about yesterday called Blessed Titus Brandsma. I probably said his name wrong. But there are so many more examples of people who, even in that great difficulty, even in that moment of great trial and struggle, found ways to show God's love to other people, to be examples of faith, and to really show kindness. And I think it reminds us today that no matter what situation we find ourselves in, no matter what life throws at us, no matter what challenges we're going through, there's never an excuse to not practice kindness. Kindness is something that we're called to share with other people. And as I said, it's a fundamental part of our faith and of us being people, is that we need to show kindness and caring to other people. And so God gives us the tools to do that. He gives us the strength to do that. And we see through the examples of people who suffered through the Holocaust that it is entirely possible, regardless of where we find ourselves in life and regardless of the challenges that we're facing. So this week, I just want to encourage you to practice caring, to find ways to care for other people. Maybe it's just letting people know that you're there, that you're available to talk. But whatever it is, follow St. Paul's example, follow St. Paul's instruction to the Romans, and practice caring wherever you can, and be inspired by the people who suffered through the Holocaust, be inspired by their stories, and hopefully be an example of kindness and caring to other people. Have a great week. See you again soon. Goodbye.